Yeah, now let's see TCP IP. Okay, so what is TCP IP? As I told you, OSI is just a reference model. Okay, it's just a reference model used for referring by TCP IP, or whoever wants to study for the just reference. We use OSI model as a reference model, but practically implementation model is TCP IP. Almost every communicating device, whatever it wants to communicate, it is using TCP IP nowadays. First thing, okay. Then what is actually TCP IP? TCP IP is the actually set of protocols which the device whichever wants to communicate will follow. That, that is TCP IP. As I told you already, lab. I didn't check it. Huh? So what happens now? Yeah. As I told you already, for an TCP IP model, according to the new model, first layer is application layer. Then you will have transport layer, right? Then you will have, yeah, network layer. Then you'll have data link layer, right? Data link layer. Okay. Then you'll have, yeah, physical layer. Done. According to the TCP IP model, every layer has its respective protocols, right? Where that according to that layer, it has some respective protocols, and according to their behavior, that layer below it is decided the what protocol has to be used. It is decided, and the communication happens. So as I told you, this is the practical model. This is implemented nowadays. Okay. So according to TCP IP, what are the protocols that which run at each layer? We'll see now. Okay. At the application layer, you'll have HTTPS, okay, which uses TCP. At the transport layer, okay, and the port number will be 443. For HTTP, same TCP at the layer 4, it has port number 80. Next, FTP, which again uses TCP at layer 4 and has the port number as, yes, 28. You know it. You know this. Yeah. Then TFTP, which uses not TCP but UDP at layer 4, uses TFTP uses 69. Okay. Yes. And after TFTP, DNS is like phone book. We cannot remember IP addresses of every website we wanted. We can best remember the names of them. Okay, but on the web browser you are typing the the name of the domain. Then how will the computer convert that domain name into an IP address using this domain name service? What it is, whatever the name you entered, it will generate a packet to that server. The server will reply back with that IP. Now for that IP, HTTP or HTTPS request is sent. Got it? So again, DNS uses both UDP and TCP at the layer 4, and the 53 will be the port number. Okay, and sixth will be DHCP. I will explain you this in very detail because this is a very most important protocol, DHCP. It will use the UDP at layer 4 with the port number 67 and 68. Okay, and DHCP is done. Yeah, SNMP. SNMP is simple to check the health of the devices, whether the device is working fine or not. If you're going into a real-time scenario, it is not like just you will be having 10 to 20 devices. There might be a company with around some thousands of devices. Now you cannot go on, as soon as you enter into office, you report it in the office, and now you cannot go to thousands of devices and you can check the device whether it is working fine or not. What will you do? You will just give an software with an application and the application to every device, and you will sit in the networking room and you will check whether any logs are present in the SNMP server or not. If any log is present, if any misbehavior is there with any device, you will directly go to the device, you will configure it. So the SNMP is to check the health of the devices. Okay, and it again uses a TCP or maybe UDP at layer 4, and again it uses the SNMP 161 and 162 port numbers. Okay, okay, and what else? SNMP, SMTP, whatever the mail you send, who is carrying it? SMTP will carry it. Okay, and it uses TCP at layer 4 with protocol number as 161, 162. SNMP will have 25. Okay, 25. Next, now there are when you're sending a mail, you have two protocols running. One is SMTP, and the other side you'll have two protocols. Why actually two? The client who is sending the mail from there to the server. If you're sending a mail to your friend to Gmail, it has to go to Gmail. From here, from you to your Google server, it will be SMTP. Simple mail transfer protocol. From that server to your friend, it will be either of the cases, either IMAP or POP. IMAP, it does nothing. It stores one copy of the mail with it, okay, and give back to the mail. POP, it's like post office protocol. It's very similar to post office. Whatever the mail it got, it will directly delivers it to the client who is receiving it, has to receive it. It will deliver it to it, but it will not store any copy with it. Done. Okay. So IMAP, no one will ask you what are all these, just to have an idea. Okay? If you want to read in depth, you need to go for MCs. And IMAP will have 143. Okay, and 10th one will be POP. POP also again uses TCP and has a port number as 110. Done. JCP is done. Now 11th one will be NTP. This is because you need to synchronize the time between your uh, devices, whatever are there in your network, with you, such that there must not be some miscommunication. In order to synchronize the time, you use NTP. Just nothing, it also works on the client and server basis. All the devices will be the servers, and sorry clients, and you will be having one server. You will define a time in your server, and that time will be synchronized to all the clients. Okay, this will be using UDP, and NTP has 123. These are all the protocols which run at the network, sorry, application layer of TCP IP. Then I can just explain you this DSCP, which is very much important. HTTPS and HTTP are both are same. We send a request for the web page, okay, but HTTPS will send the data securely, encrypting it, okay, but HTTPS will send the data plain text. Then FTP is to download the data. TFTP is also to download the data, but FTP, it's okay if you just tell the file name, but in TFTP you must be very particular about where the location of the file is, then only you can get the data. And DNS I told you already, SNMP I told you, SMTP I told you, IMAP POP I told you, NTP I told you. Now I'll tell you about the DSCP. DSCP, I'm telling you, it's the most important protocol. DSCP.